Well, Sean McMullen spends a lot of time underwater. He has hunted the seafloor for treasures all around Nova Scotia, and you might be surprised just how much stuff is down there. He documents his finds on his Instagram page and YouTube channel, and we are very happy to welcome Sean to the show this morning. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, very well, and very excited to chat with you. I wanted to start off with telling me a bit about your diving history. How long have you been diving for?
Well, I'm 33 now, but when I was a teenager, I was always fascinated by what I could find in lakes. My dad, he's a scuba diver, and he kind of planted that bug in me. So I would just take a mask and just go look in lakes where our family was staying if we were on vacation. And I just kind of got hooked from there. And then eventually got to the point where it was like, I want to start exploring like the ocean and see what's under there, but I was kind of nervous about it. And anyway, during the pandemic, I was like, you know what, I've got some time now. So, I would head out after work and I would check out, I started in the Northwest Arm and back in the end of May, and I just started looking for stuff. And then I started to roll, and I was like, I'm going to go check out different harbors around the Maritimes. And then it just got to the point where I was like, everywhere I went, there was always something I'd find. So, yeah, I've been doing it since I was a teenager.
You've actually got something with you that you found recently, a bottle, I believe. Can you tell me a bit where you found it, first of all, and you were looking up a bit about the history of it?
Yeah, so I'm holding it up here. Hopefully, all the viewers can see that. So, this is a bottle with an applied top on it, meaning someone stamped that on themselves. And the embedded text reads John Nash Cove, Halifax, Nova Scotia. So when I did some research, I was digging into it. I actually found a SMU archaeology paper when they were doing renovations on the armory in the city, and in the paper they found this bottle, and it was dated from 1855 to 1885. So I cross-referenced it with a local diver in Halifax, Bob Chalk, who's a friend of my dad's, and he confirmed it. And they were a pop bottling company, two brothers, and they lasted for 30 years in the 1880s. And anyway, they don't exist anymore. So that was really, really cool to find.
And where did you find that?
That was in Ketch Harbor.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Just I pulled it out of the mud. I was looking around, and I'm just like, I saw it like this, just like the little tip, and I thought it was broken. So anyway, I reached down because I like to clean up the ocean too, but I reached down, pulled it out, and I was just like, it was full of mud. So until I cleaned it up, I didn't even notice the text on it. So
wow. Treasures at
yeah.
the bottom of the sea. And we're going to show some video now of a recent dive that you did at Peggy's Cove. What did you find here?
Oh, the other night, well, I was there with my dad, and we were just looking for anything we could find. So I found lots of old pop bottles, lots of recent ones. We've looked for everything you can think of. I also like to take garbage out of the ocean too. So there's a lot of garbage in those old coves. Back back a long time ago, before like the invention of garbage removal, residents used to just take their garbage and just throw it in the ocean, right?
Wow.
So treasure. I mean, stuff back then it was like glass bottles and old pipes and stuff, but now today it's kind of interesting. Although I think in like 80 years, I don't know if people will want to find plastic.
Yeah. And we're
Yeah.
showing some video right now of that trip to Peggy's Cove, and you found all of these items within 2 hours?
That's correct. Yeah, and it was all in that little cove. When you're on your way to Peggy's Cove, most Nova Scotians know where it is. That cove on the right, that's where all that came from. And I've been there 3 times, and I've pulled out the same amount of stuff every single time.
Wow.
So I take it with me. I recycle the bottles, and I throw out the garbage. So.
And Sean, just before we go, we know that you
Yeah.
do this to find these, and you have found some treasures along the way. But as you mentioned, you do find a lot of junk too, and you really want to draw attention to ocean conservancy and the need for consistent care when it comes to our ocean. So what would your message be to the public about that?
Just make sure you just properly dispose of your garbage and recycle your bottles. While it is fun to pull stuff out of the ocean, there is a cost to it. You see sea life down there. You see crabs, lobsters, fish. They're just swimming amongst all this plastic, and it's pretty depressing, to be honest, and sobering. So I feel like I call myself an ocean janitor because I feel like that's what I'm doing when I take this stuff out of the ocean. Like I do love treasure hunting, but as a born and raised Nova Scotian, I want to take care of our seas. So yeah.
So important for us all to do our part. That's right. Sean, thank you very much for your time this morning and for sharing some of your discoveries with us.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And again, you can check out Sean's Instagram, Saltwater Sean. I highly recommend that you do so. There's some great stuff on there. The time now is 8:53. We're going to be right back here on CTV Morning Live.